Cowboys going up against the Steelers. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And he fires right intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there.
Good luck, dude.
First play from scrimmage. You just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot. Right
hell of a play.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. Charles, pretty obvious that at this point, Zeke, he's going to, no pun intended, run away with a rushing title this season.
Seriously, did you just say no pun intended?
Everyone always says it's not intended, but it's always intended. It was intended.
It's intended. It's just like when someone says no disrespect. Prepare to be disrespected.
Right, yeah.
You know it's coming.
I intended the pun.
You intended the pun. 159 yards and a touchdown. How great was Zeke in that game? Setting everything up for Dallas, taking on the big carries, and carrying them home to a victory against Tampa Bay.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit, and sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety?
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Good play, dude. Good play.
Ezekiel Elliott, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Sanders has it complete. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They'd have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. good, forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well. And we saw in that play, they'll run right through those attempted plays.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Looking to throw. Prescott. He completes it to Bryant. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices,
time to go to work.
After practices as well, they really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. How about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Looking back at week 15 for Witten, 10 catches, which was a season high, moved him.
Hello? Who is this place? Because my dad's not here right now. I can't do nothing. I'm 13. Sorry, bye-bye. Dad ain't here, big
Terrell Owens in the 7th place on the all-time receptions list.
How about how Dallas just moves the ball around, Brandon? I mean, Jason Witten had 10 catches in this game. He's had games this year where he hasn't caught very many passes, but I think he's heating up as they get closer to the playoffs. And let's face it, for any young quarterback, a big-time tight end is almost always going to be his best friend.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long...
You better leave, because I'll fucking own you, bitch. Good luck, kid. I hope you don't leave like the last fucking person I had. Play the fucking game, don't fucking run like a whip. You gotta run, fucking do it now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL. Two teams in the NFL to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Cousins, Redskins going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers. And with that, we'll send you up to the North Shore of Pittsburgh at Heinz Field by the Three Rivers as we headed over to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Washington Redskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. Now Roethlisberger. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Roethlisberger down around his goal line. He'll rifle this one deep and got his man complete. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 42 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Brought in by Coates. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And this one caught by Coates. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Okay, give me that stat on Antonio Brown that we dug up before the game.
You mean that stat about how many catches over a 4-year period?
Shut up. Shut up.
So what's toilet's not working out? It's messing up. Isn't it over this? Where the hell? Yeah, it's that corner. I've been in there.
Play clock winding down. And big problems getting the play out, obviously. This will be a delay. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Again, it's Roethlisberger. It's free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Shut up!
And now a look at the Washington defense.
Ryan Kerrigan's example of bringing the best of you from college to the NFL and remaking your game. Terrific guy causing fumbles at Purdue. Has done the exact same thing in the NFL, then lost it.
Blitz coming and down he goes. Trent Murphy in there to get him for a loss of 5. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Eli Rogers, the intended receiver. And 4th down coming up.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he... And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Well, not only did they try to fake it,
So
they
quick.
put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah. Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work,
Damn
not
it,
so
how the
smart.
hell?
So in this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
First carry down for Rob Kelly. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Starting 11 here for the offense. It's going to take some snaps here in a second.
All right, cuz, it's all good.
All right.
It's all yours, brother.
What the hell happened?
No idea. I put this long cable down in there, popped it. Get this
So
thing out of
something.
here.
I had one of those yesterday and got put it through there. It didn't work.
Didn't work out. Yeah, I got it. It popped right open. As soon as I got to the end of it. Got lucky, I guess. See you, bro. Good to see you again, man.
All right, you too. Thanks.
Glad that was easy, man. Nice. I like those late calls that are easy.
Thanks.
See you later, man.
All right.
Wide receiver Pierre Garçon, always been a very good force in this league.
I agree with you totally on that. Even as a youngster, played with a fury, played with force, continues to do that now as a veteran, and knows how to mentor the younger guys.
Fuck.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively.
How the hell? I didn't do that.
Remaining
Fuck.
as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 2nd and 10 here.
Dude, pause this somehow, cause I gotta get a couple minutes here. Fuck.
2nd down.
You ain't gonna pause shit. You suck.
And the hit turned loose. It's incomplete.
Damn it.
Jordan Reed was the intended target.
I need a
and
couple
it's
minutes
3rd
here.
down.
Fuck.
And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end, and yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around.
Got his target, Pierre Garçon. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Well, this is caught by Jackson. 12 yards is the
You
pickup
ain't gonna
there.
fuck.
And they're able
You
to pick
ain't
up the
cold,
conversion
man.
here
I'm
on
trying to-
4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Jackson's got it over the middle. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Damn, give me a
Charles
fuck.
Davis to my right. I'm
Damn.
Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has
This
up its
dude's a
sleeve.
fucking asshole. I gotta fucking stop this fucking dude in the ground.
Cousins on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice
coming, hold on. Let me smash this dude in the ground real quick.
On second down. Over the middle to Garcon. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
I'm coming, Bill. Hold on.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Cousins to throw. Now they hit Cousins. Cousins runs the football. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
The offense lining up first and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Trying for Breeland, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit from the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Second down throw for Cousins. Bringing it in, Jansen left side. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now the passing game here in the second quarter is starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it, now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They come up in an offset high. Cousins to throw it. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off William Gay. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic. And Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And he's got Rodgers. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Running by Coates. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And those 1st downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Eli Rodgers, 28 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly. And oftentimes it's time to move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, this is Rashad Ross now. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other thing. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Well, partner, recently we've had a lot of MVP discussions. Here's the thing I wanted to ask you. A guy like David Johnson having a great year. but his team's below 500. Should he be able to win the MVP award?
Personally, I think so. I think what always hurts a guy like David Johnson in that position is if you have other people
trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Steelers off.
They change the climate, and be placing humans in fracking soils. Wild bulldozers forest, but they can't defeat us. They could not destroy us. For the average team, CMOs are clean. GMOs extracting cheese with every
get done on the gridiron.
Fuck.
It's Roethlisberger's Steelers going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and themselves. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Fuck. Dudley. I'm the true fucking Pittsburgher or not. Thank you. I hope this dude ain't no asshole. He's a Steeler fan, fucking get off. Leave.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry.
Thank you.
Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Roethlisberger Steelers going up against Carr's Raiders. With that, we'll get you out to Oakland. We'll hand it over to our colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Oakland Raiders. They
catchability, rackability is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Offensive starters now. Charles, what about Latavius Murray?
You know how you and I talk about players under the radar sometimes? Latavius Murray definitely qualifies as one of those players. And then you look up, and he's pressing 1,000 yards every year.
To throw his call, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Amari Cooper, he hasn't really had a standout performance for much in November or December. Fewer than 60 receiving yards in 6 straight games, but he's got the talent. Might be a little bit of a sleeping dragon as they approach the playoffs.
Yeah, and let's face it, he's had a lot of help this year from Michael Crabtree, who came into the league assuming the role that Amari Cooper has now, which is the #1 receiver. I think Crabtree has really found his niche as a #2 in Oakland. He takes a lot of pressure off of Cooper. Wait till playoff time. Those two together, that could be a lot of trouble for whoever they're playing.
Nobody gotta give me some challenge, huh?
Again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And that's complete to Rutherford. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to
good play, dude. Good play. Gotta give me some challenge. Damn, that was good play, hell of a play.
From 3 yards out, and the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the open.
Hell of a play, dude.
Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussion,
the fuck did you blow that for? That was a hell of a fucking play.
Designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down.
I'll be doing that fast
shit.
We saw a touchdown too.
All right.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Time to go to work.
And the D looking like they may blitz. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And open left side.
Damn.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Time for the offensive starters now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and a guy to watch out wide, Sammy Coates.
A slow start in his rookie season, only caught 1 pass in 2015. They're expecting much bigger things from him, trying to help out that offense. If he can get open, you know his quarterback will find him.
Fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's got time in the pocket. He's got him in. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger.
Motherfucker, where are you, fucking idiot?
Up 2nd down.
Fucking Steelers, fucking faggot.
Time to meet the defense.
Catch the fucking ball.
The Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Unable to connect on the first down pass play.
Steeler
Now it's second down.
Wannabe. Fucking catch the fucking ball. Fucking idiot.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And this one
What
is
the fuck?
incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10.
Fucking Steeler fucking chance and you're fucking blown.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he?
Fucking time.
I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there.
Fucking again, you fucking idiot. Fuck.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart.
What the
fuck? Everything they
fuck?
wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Son of a bitch.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Motherfucker.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Antonio Brown.
Hell yeah, baby.
A 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he's got it up and through.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
To return, it's DeAndre Washington. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack.
Come on, guys. Get your shit together.
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
All right, here we go. Throwing on first down is Carr. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbound.
He's giving me a fucking challenge.
Go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what they play man coverage against you. He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Up fourth down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Mommy's gonna kick your ass. Keep that shit.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They do go for it. It's Carr. Here's Wolford over the middle. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over here 1st and 10. First down with Roethlisberger. James has got it. Complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raiders get the football back. The Raiders offense, now they trot back out. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th
one of these. Let's
their
go.
own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
All right, here we go. Wide and yank. Wide and yank.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Caught left side to Crabtree. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough 3rd down awaits them. The Steelers and nickel defense.
Yeah, they had a DB. He finds Roberts complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Carr now on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it,
Let's go, guys.
comes together with the legs, in this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on fourth.
Here we go on fourth down with Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. 27 yards on the game there. And on fourth and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going.
I think one of the underrated aspects of Ben Roethlisberger's game is his ability to actually throw the football. We hear so much about his movement and escaping the pocket. Ben can step back there and fling it, and Antonio Brown is usually there to catch.
We've really seen their chemistry develop, haven't we?
Yes, we have, and it's been really, really fun to watch.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete. Charles, I have to bring up something you told me about last week. You often find hidden talents with a lot of these guys in the NFL. And Baltimore kicker Justin Tucker, he's a heck of an opera singer, and he's very good at singing some holiday tunes, isn't he?
He certainly is, and when he sings, he captivates you. Because I've actually seen him on video in the tails, right? I mean, he looks fantastic, but he sounds even better. And not only that, how about what he's done on the field? 10 field goals of 50 yards or more this season, which ties a record set by Blair Walsh in 2012 when Walsh was a rookie.
But seriously, go to your favorite search engine. Just put in Justin Tucker. You'll be blown away. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect. But as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. Ben to throw again. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And now the up-man has it. It's a fake. And he's going to cut it back right. Cuts it out to the sideline. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. It's a big play that time on the fake punt. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on fourth and long. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
That'll be taken in the end zone. The 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Charles, you think Big Ben is happy to have Antonio Brown on the other side of his passes?
You know he is, but he also expects it. And this is how their offense runs best. When those two get together, especially early, and continue to do it throughout the game, the end result is the one that we're seeing right now. They're ahead on the board.
It has been early and often. Sammy Coates, the intended target there.
So many times when I've been working with you, you've talked about a quarterback dropping it in the bucket on a deep pass.
Oh, boy.
You know where I'm going, right?
I know where you're going.
Ezekiel dropped his body into the bucket. It was his charity bucket behind the end zone against Tampa Bay after scoring a touchdown. How cool was that?
I thought it was one of the greatest celebrations for a touchdown I've ever seen. And you know what? It's a good charity. Money going to feed families during the holiday season. Yes. And the numbers have shown that jump into the bucket has helped the bigger jump into the bucket to feed those families. So very cool. So we've got a second and five. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And the interception last time.
Well, I need a fucking beard.
The field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Timmons in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones maybe you bring...
And now the ball's out. Lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And it'll be first and goal at the 7-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake the interception, he'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That'll give them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Son of a bitch!
It's a missed extra point, Boy, the tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Carl trying again on second down. Brought in by Walford, right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Wide open, Cooper. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And it's second down. Second down now after the incompletion. They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure. We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to rifle one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football.
Sammy Coates off to the races. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Sammy Coates, 39 yards. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here's Tywan Jones on the return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky,
Latavius Murray. Touchdown. Latavius Murray, 76 yards. And the Raiders are back within a score.
That is today's NFL, isn't it? If you're going to be a running back in this league, you've got to be complete to stay on the field, at least for those 3 downs we talk about. Got to be able to catch it, which he's doing quite well in this one. 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, a little unconventional. He hasn't been able to cross the goal line as a runner, but as you say, twice as a receiver. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Brought in by Coates. A gain of 6 there on first. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Third down, here's Bell. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Well, partner, they might want to tear up their scouting reports a little bit here because they just broke tendency. Third down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it, and they ran it really well and picked up a first down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They have what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant. Again on second and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Back now in the East Bay. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Fresh set of downs here.
Brown, the lone receiver left.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 53 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Boswell now to kick it for the touchdown. Now Jones. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. On first and 10, here's Carr. And a little throw there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
basketball, my coach has always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they were able to react and knock the ball away. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get the third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. A right side catch by Crabtree. Michael Crabtree's going to go. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Michael Crabtree, 61 yards. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. That'll bring up second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Second down following the incompletion. Brown, the lone receiver left. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, here it comes. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now Roethlisberger, the first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Here's Wolford over the middle. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize present in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. He's going to let this one, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. Past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Reggie Nelson, the free safety, in on the stop. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Brown, the receiver left. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And look at this. They get the tip that's needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley. And they have the football that will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll lift to throw. Brought in by Walford, right side. 10 yards on the pickup there. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
On first down, Murray. And taken into the end zone for the Raiders touchdown.
Latavius Murray, a 22-yard scamper. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Love the excitement we got going here. They just scored the touchdown. They're down by 1. How much fun is it now to figure out the possibilities? Kick the extra point and tie it. Go for 2 if they're really feeling in a gambling mood. What do you do in this situation?
I think you kick the PAT.
Yeah, I do too. Kick it, get my defense ready, and try and stop them one more time.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the outside, their best coverage. And pass free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith, and they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snapped it out for a loss of of yardage.
Throwing now is Carr. Caught the tight end Walford. And now off to the races down the right side. And at the end of it, he stripped. Ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball hops out, incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Brown, the lone receiver left.
Roethlisberger to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback. Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Here's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off.
Motherfucker.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That man again, it's complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Clive Walford with time running out. And the Raiders have moved out in front.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And guys, complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 140 yards. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense has it 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Motherfucker.
Charles, this one's going to
Good
be
play,
hard to
gang.
digest.
Good game, dude. Good game.
Lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little
Cheat
bit.
mother.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over,
like I was
how
cheating
about
on
that?
that
Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they
Good
will
game.
be jubilant in their locker room.
Still cheated on that fucking game, though. Dick. Still fucking got cheated. Come on, I want to see this crap.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew,
I'm Brandon Gordon. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.
No fucking way he beat me. I'll fucking challenge him any day. Fucking whoop his ass. You better hope I don't catch him, man.
Just a boy that his girl's children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. We wear the nutty boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that first sunny roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks.
whistling at them